Welcome back to the no RBA tutorial. In this video we're going to go over Clanker's Cavern. So let's go. Leave in talent trot, hold down, bit right of down, jump, turn the camera, zoom out, peck here, backflip. Sometimes that guy will be in the way, get some feathers, but you can't really do anything about it. Peck on the jiggy that's here. Normally it would be here for you, but it's just not for me. Jump down here, jump, jump. Alright. 2 jumps down, turn the camera, jump up here. Here, don't do this. Don't go all the way up. You want to just jump off the vine and flutter on and get in talent trot. This guy's in the way sometimes. You can jump peck to kill him. But yeah, try and do this jump over here. It's a bit hard, but you can do it with practice. Or you can just, whoops, as a beginner, you could just jump onto this side if you want. This side's the fastest. Just keep talent trot. Up left, up right. Jump here, activate the cauldron, skip the text. Down, jump. Okay, now skip that token, of course. This category, we don't get it. Right away, jump flutter, backflip. Jump flutter, get talent trot in the loading zone. You don't have to get the talent trot in the loading zone. Don't go out of your way to get the talent trot. If it happens, whatever. If you do get it, the movement is this. If you don't get it, then just roll, flutter, then walk off, then peek bust. Yeah. Now, Clanker's Cavern, I'm going to be showing 3 cycles. Beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Don't worry, you don't have to watch all of them. I'll have timestamps in the description so you can learn which one you want to learn. I'll have timestamp for the beginner, intermediate, and advanced, and for when we progress through like the rest of the route. I'm going to start with the beginner. Alright? Beginner. Right away, you can either walk or do 2 jumps. Then do a big jump, hold R, walk towards the ladder. Don't do what I just did with the camera there. Leave the zoom out for later. So remember what I said at the vine. Jump flutter before you reach the top. Hold Z2. You get in talent trot, turn the camera, jump, peck up here. Now here, while you're getting, I would recommend start learning about the camera stuff here. Just so you can practice with a consistent camera. Even if you're not super great at it, try and practice with a consistent camera. So what you're going to do here, while you're getting in talent trot, mash C right. That'll get the camera straight, so you can just hold straight up basically for the first note. And it'll put the camera against the wall. Also, I would recommend zooming out for this part heavily because you'll be able to see a lot better. Zoom out, go straight up. Just hug this wall, and you won't get hit. Do jumps for these. There will be a token here. Get that. Just hug the wall, get the notes. Hug the wall, hug the wall. Try and do this jump up here, and jump all the way here. Swim. I'll just swim straight for these notes. It's okay to hug the ground a bit. Get all these notes. Skip this text. Now just swim straight here. Then on this cycle. Pay attention to this gloop stuff. We're gonna swim down here. We're gonna get that note right there. Then we're gonna go clockwise. That note, clockwise. Once you get 18, then you get the bubble. Now you're gonna go through the key. Right after you go through the key, this is how you turn. You press B when you go through the key. Tap A, turn, then press B, tap A, turn, press B again. Alright? That's how you're supposed to turn for the keys. It's not, you don't have to turn too fast. Wow, that key pushing me is pretty unfortunate actually. It's fine, I can deal with it. Normally that key wouldn't push you. So you would swim straight, and there will be a bubble right in front of you after this cutscene. You get the bubble, then you would swim down for the node. Get that, turn, then swim here. Get this. There's 22 notes down here. Up to 22. You can get this bubble if you want, if you can. It can be nice if you want. Swim over here towards this green area. Swim more here. See that tail? Guitar C. I didn't hold up. So ideally, you would be holding up while you're swimming up, just like 2 flaps earlier. But I just want to mention this. See that tail on the top left corner? It's to the right of that tail if you ever get lost. I'm a bit too high here, that's fine. So swim down here. Now here, important thing to note, if you turn too early into this pipe, the camera will be messed up. You want to swim into the back corner of that pipe first. That will unlock the camera. Now get these notes. All of these. After this last one, come up. Right. Straight down. Now get up here. Make this cycle. Go up here and peck the sky. So now I'll go over the intermediate cycle. Look in the description and see where you want to skip towards where we progress. Alright, so intermediate cycle. This cycle, I'm going to assume you know a bit more about how to do the movement. You're a bit more comfortable with it. I still recommend using a consistent camera. You don't have to do the jump here. So this is normal. Jump flutter. Peck up here. You don't have to peck if you don't want to, but not pecking is kind of not consistent. I'm assuming you know how to do this movement properly, where you can do it fluid enough to the point where it's good. Big jump, turn the camera, and then press B. You don't have to get these notes super fast in this cycle either, so you don't have to worry about just barely getting it for the perfect lines. Skip the text. Now we're gonna come over here and get these notes first and then go down. Alright, so get all these notes. I believe there's 9, 2, 3, or 7. Sorry, there's 7. Now here, count flaps. 1, 2, 3. On the 4th, start holding up. 4. Now hold up. Now here we're gonna swim down. I have a visual cue here. So it's right between that orange Jinjo and pink Jinjo. There's like a black line that goes up to like the cue. Right to the left of the chain. You want to swim like on that line, swimming down. And you want to swim sort of towards the wall, the back wall a bit. Just a bit. Just so you can have the camera unlocked. Now you can see the key. Swim through the key once. Tap A, turn. Swim through it again. Get this note over here. And go this way. Notes. After this note, get a bubble. Tap A, turn here. Get this note. Bubble, I mean. Go back. This note. Continue on. 28. 29. Now you're going up to the key. 2. 3. Hold down here during the cutscene so Banjo faces up. So now you're just gonna go straight up to the fin. That'll be it for the intermediate cycle. The cycle is kind of hard. The hardest part about it is getting the bubble at the beginning. First bubble, because it's a bit tight timing. It's not too hard. Not too crazy hard. Go straight up. You want to swim, sort of just try and look at the direction. See that little... Wow, it's covered now. There's like a platform right behind that chain that's covering. It's like to the right of it. You want to swim to the tail. Sorry, the fin. Make this cycle. Ideally, you would make that cycle, yeah. Yeah, I just didn't make it because of me pausing and it was ruining my, like, flow, but it's fine. I showed you exactly what you want to do. So yeah, now the advanced cycle. So advanced cycle. I'm gonna explain... So to do this first jump at the beginning, one jump down, and then it's a jump in between down right and down. And then you're gonna jump around the corner of the pipe and jump on the side of it. It's a slope jump, so be careful. So it looks like this. Like that. Jump up here. Now here, I'm gonna show how I do the movement. Some people wouldn't agree with it, but I think it's easiest and it's a bit faster technically. What we're gonna do is skip that note right there and jump towards that note, the second note. Slide, jump, don't lose your slide. Lose your slide under here and turn right away. So why do I do this? I do this because normally after this chomper, you have to wait a tiny bit after you get the note to turn back. But if you drop your slide under this guy, then you don't have to wait as long, and you can just turn back right away. So now I'll just show the rest of the cycle. I'm gonna assume you're good enough to do the rest of the platforming here well. It just takes a lot of practice. Swimming is a bit hard too, but yeah, just practice, practice, practice. Do whatever camera movements are most comfortable for you. You're free to copy mine if you would like. Start swimming. You want to try and just graze these notes as you go down. Just get them with your belly and try and get the best line possible. Get the text. You have to skip the text really good for this. And if you did this all right, you should be able to get this bubble coming up. Hold up here, just a bit earlier. And you get this bubble. Once you get this bubble, get this note, start going this way. You're gonna do the key. You don't really have to do the key super fast, but it helps a bit. Tap A, press B right after the key starts turning back to neutral. Just like that. That key takes a bit of practice. This whole cycle takes a bit of practice. Thankfully, it's not as hard as the advanced cycle in 100% since you don't need the Jinjos. It's basically the same thing as that, just without Jinjos. But it's not as hard. Now you get these two notes. With this bubble. Go up. Let's go straight up, hold down. Now hug this wall. Start holding up around here. Go towards that pipe loading zone. Not loading zone. Now swim towards the back wall of this pipe first, and then turn into the note. That's what'll get the camera to be unlocked. Get all these. And just go swim up here. And if you're good enough, you'll make the cycle. Now we're gonna continue on. Check. Shock pad. Ideally you would flutter onto this, roll, jump, flutter. I'm not gonna go too fast for this because whatever cycle you get is just a result of how fast you do everything. It doesn't matter about what loop cycle you do or whatever. It's just doing the same route, just doing it fast. You wanna try and flutter a bit low here, just so you don't take fall damage. Climb up. Right after your feet leave, like this, there's a black square here. Right when you're on top of it, then jump, flutter, get in talent trot, walk down for these notes. It's kind of hard to find the right camera for that, right joystick angle, because the camera's always different. So I slid for this, jump, slid, jump, peck. Oops. At this note, you would jump, peck. Kill this guy, and get all these notes. 1, 2, 3. This quick dive is easy. Try and be smooth with it. Try and just like jump towards this direction. Just touch the ground, then walk off. And quick dive here. Hold up and press B. Now just swim towards this place. Let the slope carry you up. Then flutter, jump, flutter. Okay, so now snippets. Snippets is hard. So first step. Walk a bit down, just a bit right of the center. Clear the text. Jump, beak bust. Now, you're gonna get the 4 notes, poop 2 eggs on the first snippet. You'll have to see the direction he comes from. And walk a bit to the right sometimes. Sometimes the second snippet, the last one, is not right beside you. And you're gonna poop like 2 eggs down right, so you're gonna hold up left. Hopefully I do this right. If not, it's fine. Yeah, it looks like that. And you do this. I'm gonna just go over that just a bit more, because that was a bit much. So if you don't want to poop the eggs, then what you can do instead is just come here and then jump, beak bust both the snippets at the same time, then walk up here and get in talent trot. Now, to do this jump, you want to be like right here. See this little line here? You want to be like right in front of it. This is the perfect spot, so you can just hold straight down right and straight down when you're on the thing. If you're over here, it's too hard to do it. It can work sometimes, but not as consistent. And here you're just too far. Here's the perfect spot, sweet spot. Jump peck. So now get in Talon Trot. Jump here, here, here. And big jump. And swim. Now make sure you go on the left side of the tail here. The right side is really, really difficult to do the tail jump. That's much easier. I made the cycle, but I'm gonna wait. So, okay. Right there. Right under the view totals, there's this little line on Clanker's tail. It's like a design. When that line goes underwater, then you can do a big jump and flutter. Now, I like to get this note first, then climb up this. Be really careful, don't fall off. Get 3 feathers if you can. Big jump, peck, that great. Then just mash A into the biggie. Talon Trot, big jump straight down. Now, see that? This is very specific to where the tail is in the cycle. Right now, the tail is going to the right. It's going to go off screen. You want to wait till you think it's just about to turn back. Start going left. So it's just like about 1.5 seconds after it's off screen. Then you jump straight down. And in the air, you can just adjust a bit for where the tail is. Like now. Adjust a bit, you can just walk down. Pause, get these 2 notes. Pause, get these 2 notes. Jump. Peck. Ideally, you would get that note, the last note, after the jiggy, but it doesn't really matter as long as you make the cycle. Try and get all 4 of these notes. I'm not going to go into the thing just yet. Try to get all 4 of these notes. At the very least, get these, the 4th one, and the 3rd one. You can get the 2nd and 1st afterwards, but yeah. Then ideally, you would be on the bolt before it's up. Sometimes this is inconsistent, but what you want to do is hold up, like right here. At that point in the cycle. I'll do it one more time. You sort of have to know when the bolt is about to go up. Hold up like here now. Hold straight down. Beak bust. Now hold up. Oh, it's already pressed for me. That actually sucks a lot. You're gonna hold up. You're gonna go right around this one. In the normal cycle. You go straight. And left around this. This one will be in the way for you. You're gonna go left around it. And you're just gonna go straight and peck. Sorry if you can't understand it from this. If not, just watch, like, mine, just divs, PB, or whatever with input display. So, beak bomb. Take off from the flight pad. I'm just mentioning it right now. Take off from the flight pad, hold R, mash B. I like to aim just a tiny bit down, so I hold up just a tiny bit. Hold forward the whole time during the beak bomb, then peck right after. Now get into Talon Trot while you're talking to Bottles, like we did in Momo's Mountain. If you have less than full health, he'll give you 3 text boxes. Get these, ride the side, and go in for the note, in and out, in and out, in and out. Sometimes that can happen and it really sucks, but whatever. Ideally, you'd still be at full health here. Now just ride the side back, all the way back. Just ride the seam, you won't get hit. Now, do big jump, get this gold feather. I like to zoom out my camera. Once you left, jump flutter. Jump up here, then jump peck. This right here is not a slope. You can just straight up walk on it. And you can jump peck. Not that difficult. Sort of find where it is, and you can jump peck. So ideally, you would have full health here. You jump up, get this, go back, and go like that. However, I took damage, and that's something that can happen to you in the saw blade room. In that case, what you would do is jump peck, roll, flutter, roll, jump back, get in Talon Trot, get a health, and do this. If you take 2 damage though, then just do the Talon Trot throughout the whole thing. I'll show why later. It's just in a second. It's preparing for the death warp. Swim straight here, let the slope carry you up. So hold up now, straight, jump flutter, zoom out, 1, 2, 3. That's how you get the camera to be perfectly aligned with it. jump. Zoom out. You really want to use a zoomed out camera here. It's much easier to control. And all that movement is just, honestly, it's muscle memory. It takes practice. So just practice that over and over if you can. Now here, we're going to... the ideal thing to do right now is to take 4 damage and then get in the tooth on the same cycle. So what we're going to do is take 2 damage on the brown platform where we would shoot the eggs, would fall off, flutter back on, roll, jump to the chomper, and then go back to the platform. Like this. But actually, I'm just going to show it again. So, get into Talent Shot off here, full jump straight down right, flutter back on, roll, jump, flutter, the hit. Make sure, really make sure you go against the wall there so you don't get knocked back into the water. And yeah. As a beginner, you might just want to only take damage here if you're not comfortable with it. Then you'll make that cycle. So, as I said before, if you're at 2 health, if you take 2 damage in the Saw Blade room, then just don't do the chomper part. Just take 2 damage on the brown platform. Don't get this jiggy. Try and get in Talent Trap as you walk off. I didn't get it there, it's fine. Just walk, jump for each note, go this direction, counter clockwise. All these. And you're still at 98. Just die on this. And that is Clanker's Cavern. So, we'll see you for the next video.